Hello again everyone, this is Vincent, and this is episode 6 of the Particulars Let's Play. So we'll go to chapter 6. Right, so in chapter 6, a lot of stuff changes. So if you look in the bottom left, we no longer have the gravitational force, but we do have the weak force. So that means no black holes, but we do have a lot of new mechanics to learn. Alright, so the first very big change is that we are no longer a down quark. We are an anti-up quark, as that text box says. So in this level, what we have to do is we have to put an anti-down quark into this circle. Now, the problem is there aren't any anti-down quarks to be seen anywhere. But we can create one. So basically, what we're learning about now is a weak nuclear force. The weak nuclear force, in a nutshell, and amongst other things, is basically how quarks turn into different other types of quarks mediated by particles called W bosons. And W bosons come in two flavors, plus and minus. So how we use a weak nuclear force is, firstly, we can press shift to change. So I can now change from an anti-up quark into an anti-down quark. And in the process, I spawn that W minus boson on the right hand side. So basically in the game itself, this window over here kind of summarizes how you change from stuff into other stuff. So click on the particle that you are, and it shows me how I can turn into an anti-down. That's by the anti-up changing into an anti-down and a W minus. You will probably be referring to this table a lot, and me as well, especially when you do the later levels, and you've got a lot of complex changes to do. Also, in the later levels, I'll probably be writing out text while I'm in examination mode, just so you can see the equations of what kind of changes there are. So now I just, as an anti-down quark, just move into the bottom right hand corner. Okay. So in this level, we need to put a positron in that circle. And again, there aren't any positrons to be seen around anywhere. So we start off as an anti-down quark, and in order to make the positron, which has a positive +1 charge, what we can do is, first of all, we can turn into an anti-up and a W plus boson. Whoops, I'm trying to show that animation over there, like so. Anti-down becomes an anti-up and a W plus, and then the W plus boson can decay into a positron and a neutrino. And then I grab the positron and put it over here. So first of all, so stay away from that boson for the time being, and watch it decay into a positron and the neutrino. Don't worry about the neutrino, because neutrinos tend to rush off really quickly off the edge of the screen, and they're really hard to catch, and they don't do much other than that. You theoretically can change them, but they're super hard. Okay, so in this level, we meet data again. Now data's changed as well, because in the previous chapters, data, when you collected it, gave you invulnerability from annihilation. Here, data is what enables us to press shift and change into other quark types. So in this level, we have to make an anti-down quark. Now, unlike the previous level, if you notice in the previous levels, I had this yellow thing around me. That told me I can change. I don't have that yellow thing around me anymore, so I can't exactly change into the anti-down quark just yet. In order to change, I need to collect data. Now, I need to collect 2 of these data in order to be able to do one change, and I can only store up to 2 changes at once, or 4 data. So as you can see there, data enables change. So now I'm going to change into an anti-down and stay away from that W boson, because that will change me into a different kind of quark, and then just go into the center. Okay, so here, this is another kind of deja vu level. So basically, we meet the possibility of being annihilated again. So what happens, but The difference, and we need to collect 4 data. The difference this time is that instead of us being a down quark, we are now the anti-down quark, and these bunch of down quarks are going to spawn trying to kill us. And data is just going to spawn around the edges which we need to collect. However, collecting data is not going to protect you from annihilation anymore. Instead, the best defense is to collect 2 data, and using the 2 data I can change into an anti-up, and then as an anti-up I'm completely safe from these down quarks. Obviously you do need to avoid those down quarks in the meantime. You just be on your toes as to where those down quarks are spawning. So now once I'm an anti-up, I'm pretty much free to my heart's content to grab whatever I need, because I'm completely safe now. There's number 4. Okay. So here, this is another one of those cause and annihilation levels. But the problem is, there are no other particles to be seen whatsoever. However, we meet a new mechanic. So here we start as an anti-up quark, and we have 2 change units. So 1 half circle is 1 change unit, 2 half circles or full circle is 2 change units. So what I can do is, firstly, as an anti-up, I can change into an anti-down plus a W minus boson. Then, as an anti-down with still 1 more change unit, I can turn back into an anti-up and a W plus boson. So, and the annihilation I can hopefully cause is a W plus boson and a W minus boson. If you're unlucky and they manage to decay before you can annihilate them, you can also use the fact that W minus bosons decay into electrons, W plus bosons decay into positrons, and annihilate the positron and electron as well. So, another thing I should probably tell you about, which isn't mentioned in the game, but is a very useful tip if you want to be able to aim where W bosons go, is if you're moving in a particular direction, like say down, if you spawn a W boson, your particle will move in the same direction as it was previously, but the W boson will move in the opposite direction. It's kind of like conservation of momentum. It's like kind of like 2 ice skaters of different weights pushing off each other on an ice rink from rest. Okay, so this is another one of those very similar levels to previous. Basically, a bunch of down quarks and anti-down quarks are going to spawn. I head over to the left so I don't accidentally annihilate myself too quickly, and they're just going to create a bunch of data by constantly annihilating each other. But instead of going random into the middle and collecting data and hoping the data protects me, now I just collect 2 data, like before, turn into an anti-up, and now I'm safe. Collect 2 data, and then change. And now I just collect whatever data I want.